Hello, everybody, and welcome to this mini tour that I've been promising for quite some time of the interior of a St. John's Co-Cathedral in Valletta, Malta. Thank you so much for joining us here in Travolution Tours, and we hope that you enjoy this. Well, first things first, let me give you a brief introduction to the Co-Cathedral itself. This Co-Cathedral is a Catholic church. In case you didn't know, Malta is still a big Catholic country, and it is dedicated to St. John the Baptist, originally built by the order of St. John in the 16th century, and we think probably was commissioned by the great master Jean de la Casserie. Now, although the majority of the structural design of the actual cathedral was originally designed by the Maltese architect Girolamo Casar, the interior, and the majority of what you're seeing, is obviously very baroque, and essentially it was all redecorated in the 17th century to follow not just European baroque styles, but specifically the influence of a very important artist that will shape Malta in many ways, which is of course Mattia Preti. And as a result, this is actually considered one of the most epically, wonderfully decorated buildings, particularly European churches of the peak of Baroque in the whole of Europe. So, we're talking of a very, very fine building and some of the greatest examples of what Baroque decorative arts are throughout. In terms of what we're visiting in here today, just so you have a general idea, we're seeing the main core of the church, which as you can see is pretty much rectangular, and then it has side aisle chapels to either the left or the right. Then a high and very important feature inside of the church is the floor. A lot of the stone slabs that you're seeing are actually very important memorials and burials to many of the Knights of the Order that are actually part of the not just history of Malta, but specifically related to the church itself. And of course, we have two very important rooms: the room where the very famous paintings of Caravaggio are actually kept, and the crypt. In terms of the chapels, pretty much every other chapel is dedicated to a branch or a lung of the order itself, and they follow different influences, whether it is from Castile, Aragon, Uber, or more generally, the general, influence from the Anglo-Bavarian side of the branch. We have a mix in here of different sides of the Knights of the Order. Meanwhile, the area dedicated to Caravaggio is holding, of course, the beheading of St. John the Baptist, which is considered one of the masterpieces that the artist created, and that actually brought him quite a lot of trouble while staying in Malta overall. And finally, regarding the crypt, there is many things that we could tell about the crypt. However, the most important thing is that here is where some of the most important great masters are buried, including no other than Jean Parisot de Valette.